Welcome to your online COSA 30 course. My name is Rosillo and I'll be your instructor for this course. And I'm going to tell you in this video a little bit about the structure of the course, some information that you might need to know. And I want to start off by letting you know that you can always contact me via email at zrosillo@lbcc.edu. I usually respond to students within 24 hours, sometimes a little bit less than that, but I will always do my best to answer as soon as I can. So let's talk a little bit about this course. You've made it into the Canvas course website, but before we look around Canvas, I want to tell you about some of the materials you'll need for our course. You're going to be using a digital textbook. Now, when you purchase your bundled package, it's going to include an access card for the Investigating Technology Kynect and SIBNet sites through McGraw-Hill Publishing. The bundled package does indeed have two access cards. You'll be using Kynect right away, first week, and SIBNet probably around the 8th week of our course, so make sure you retain both cards. The cards are going to give you access to the two textbook course websites that we're going to create accounts for. In addition, you're going to need either a flash drive or some sort of cloud storage space. You're going to be saving some of your lessons and some of your projects into that cloud storage space. You'll also need a computer with a Windows 10 operating system. Now, Mac users, it's perfectly fine if you use your Mac for our course. However, we do indeed have a couple of lessons where you're going to have some problems with a non-Windows 10 operating system. In those cases, I recommend that you visit the COSA study labs. We have a COSA study lab at the PCC and LAC campus, and information for those two study labs are included in Canvas. Lastly, you'll definitely need Microsoft Office 2016. You're going to be learning about four major software programs from Microsoft Office, and that's Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Access. Before I go into more details about our class, I want to ask you a question. Do you know how to be successful in this online course? I'd like to give you 4 tips for successfully passing COSA 30. Number 1, read everything. Read not just the chapter content, but also the submission instructions and the information I'll post weekly. If I saw you weekly in a face-to-face course, I'd have the opportunity to explain details. In our online course, however, you'll have to read those things on your own. You'll need to get that full experience and understanding by reading the information that's presented to you. The second tip is to schedule. There are between 3 to 5 assignments for each chapter domain. If you wait until the weekend to start your work, you might run into problems, either with understanding assignment instructions or with a technical aspect of the assignment. The earlier you know about this problem, the sooner you can get the information you need to fix it. The third tip is to ask. Definitely ask questions. If you don't understand or you have any problems with our material or navigation of the course, I can help you with that. When you can't find the answer, email me. My goal is to get back to you within 24 hours. Sundays, however, I don't check email, so it's important that you email me before then so you get an answer before the submission deadline. The last tip is one that I really want to encourage you on, and that's to persist. This one also ties into scheduling. Some assignments are worth more than others. So look over your weekly assignments in the beginning of the week so that you can plan what you'll work on. Submit those assignments. Even if you didn't finish everything, submit as much as you can. Some points will usually help your grade, but no points, those zeros, will definitely hurt your grade. Remember, if you don't have the resources that you need at home, you're invited to attend the COSA study labs. Also, definitely email me at zrosillo@lbcc.edu with questions, or you can also post your question on the course chat or forum and see if other students might be able to help you. Reading, scheduling, asking, and persisting will help you be successful in COSA 30. A note about Canvas. Canvas is your starting place for this course. lbcc.instructor.com is the place you're going to go to access your Canvas course and all of the details associated with the course. Now let's talk about due dates. Your first assignment due date is for the posting of your bio through Canvas. Now that one bio must be posted by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. or you will be dropped from the course. Posting the bio as your first assignment lets me know that you understand the rigors of an online course. Now, there are indeed other deadlines for that week, so make sure that you look into Canvas to see what those assignments are, but you must be sure to post your bio by Wednesday at 11:59 of the week. Now, all assignments are usually due for the week by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Late assignments will not be accepted. Now, that includes assignments that are in your digital textbook course websites and also the ones that you submit through Canvas. Now, your assignments can be completed in any order, but I do recommend that you work through the domain lessons before you attempt the quizzes and before you attempt the discussion questions. They usually give you more information about the topic that you'll be dealing with. Alright, so we're inside of the COSA 30 Canvas course, and when you enter your course you're going to see the home page here. Now this week, this is our first week here, you're going to see information about the course in general. You've got a picture of the access cards that you're going to be purchasing here. On the right hand side you've got a list of the things that you have to do for the week. Now the to-do list is a good place to start, but it's a little bit misleading. It only shows you the things that have an actual due date of this week. However, I prefer you to enter our course or view your course assignments through the modules link here. On the left hand side I'm going to go ahead and click on modules to enter into the module section here. Now at the top of modules you'll see the course resources. So the first thing listed here is your COSA 30 syllabus. You received a COSA 30 syllabus as an attachment in the email that I sent you a week before the school semester started. You can always come back into Canvas and download that syllabus again. Now the second thing listed here is the course chatter. Course chatter is the area that I've created for you to be able to talk to each other. Now sometimes you want a response from a peer, sometimes I might take too long to get back to you, sometimes you just want to connect with someone else. You are welcome to use the course chatter to speak with your peers. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go back here, and the third thing that you see listed here is the free Microsoft Office download for Office 365, or through Office 365 I should say. Now, as a student of LBCC, you do indeed have access to a free Microsoft Office suite download. Now, I've given you the link here. I've given you some information for entering there. Once you enter, if you click on Install Office, you can download 2016 onto your computer. Now, we're not going to get into the apps section until the second half of the semester. At that point, however, you will indeed need to install the desktop version of Microsoft Office 2016. Alright, the next link is what is the IC3 certification? Now, IC3 is the Internet Computing Core Competencies exam. Now, IC3 is one of the reasons that we chose this book. Now, I like the book and the content. It does a really good job of introducing you to computers and some of the intro concepts of computing. But what it also does is it prepares you for the certification that you will get a free try at as a student of this course. Now, IC3 has three main exams, and they're starting off with Living Online, then we're going to go into Computing Fundamentals, and then we're going to end with Key Applications. So not only do our assignments and the chapters that you'll be working through prepare you for IC3, but they again also give you a really good introduction into the personal, also the business sort of topics that you'll experience once you get out into the employment field. Alright, so the last link here is the Technology Basics 101, and that's just a link that takes you to a site that introduces all kinds of basic technology concepts. If this is your first computing class, if you just want to brush up on some topics before you dive into any of the topics of the actual text, you're welcome to do so through this link. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go forward here in the Start Here section. Now, start here because I want you to do this before you actually start working on our topics in our digital textbooks. The first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to take the Are You Ready for This Online Class quiz. Now, you're going to click on the link, and that's how you're going to handle all of the links in Canvas. When you click on the link, you're going to get more information about this specific assignment. It says to take the online readiness questionnaire. So there's a link here that I'm going to ask you to click on. You're going to have a 50-question quiz that's going to help you understand whether or not you're ready for an online course. Now, I've asked you to answer 3 different questions here, right, about the score that you're going to receive in the online readiness questionnaire. Now, I don't care about the score. What I care about is whether you understand your
expectations, your abilities in an online course. Now, once you're ready to answer those questions, you can click on Submit Assignment and you'll be able to type in a response for the 3 questions that you were asked right above that. Okay, your next assignment in the Start Here section is to watch the COSA 30 orientation video or to attend the orientation, which you've taken care of by watching this video. Alright, I'm also going to ask you to purchase your course materials. Now, there are 2 access cards that you'll need for our course, and those are to Kynect and to SimNet. Both are offered through McGraw-Hill. I've given you a link to the online LBCC bookstore where you can buy that bundled package. Now, if you are not able to buy the bundled package right away, I have really good news for you. Kynect allows you a 14-day free trial. Now we're starting off with the Kynect card, right, for the first 2 modules of our course. So I do indeed want you to, if you're not able to purchase right away, or if it's going to take a while, a couple of days maybe to for you to receive your online order, then please sign up for the 14-day free trial. And that way you can start looking at your assignments and completing those right away. Alright, number 5, and that's where you're going to post the Welcome to COSA 30 bio post. Now, bio posts are very much like discussions. This is going to be your first discussion of the semester. I've given you a little bit of information here, right, and I'm going to give you some information about myself as well. And I'm asking you to post a response after you've read through this information here about yourself, answering the questions, the specific questions that I've asked you. Now, once you post your response, making it appropriate for class, then I'm going to ask you to respond to at least one other class partner, right? And hopefully you'll be able to figure out whether or not they've told you a lie. That's right, I'm going to ask you to lie to us. All right, now the deadline for that post is indeed Wednesday, August 28th at 11:59. So make sure that by Wednesday night, 11:59 p.m. you have posted that, otherwise you will be dropped from the course. All right, so the next assignment here in the Start Here is how to use investigating technology. Now, investigating technology is actually the textbook, the first textbook that we're going to be working through for Living Online. Now, you're going to complete a tutorial, and you're going to do that by clicking on Load How to Use Investigating Technology in a new window. Now, if you have not set up your Kynect account, you will not be able to get into that link, right? But clicking on the link is going to prompt the setting up of the account. All right, now again, investigating technology, this tutorial here is going to show you how to use all of the learning concepts and all of the domains and all of the tutorials and libraries that are available to you as a student in this digital textbook site. Okay, now that's Start Here, right? Before you even start the assignments, you've got to do these 6 things, and then you're going to go into week 1. All right, now each week is going to be titled week 1, week 2, so forth and so on, right? So once you've created your Kynect account, I'm going to ask you to go into Living Online Domain 1 browsers. Now you click on the link here, and it's going to take you into a McGraw-Hill Domain 1.0 browsers reading and training. Now, it's a digital textbook, which means that you'll be reading, listening to video, looking at some slides, and then answering questions about the things that you've learned. Now, when you click on this gray loading button here, it'll take you into the Kynect site. All right, now that's the Kynect digital portion, right? But you also have a Canvas submission. Now, this is called the hands-on for Domain 1, and it's hands-on because it's actually a worksheet. So you're going to click on Living Online 1.0 Browsers Hands-on Worksheet. And at the bottom, if you're using a Chrome browser here, at the bottom of your Chrome browser, you're going to see the the worksheet that I'm asking you to work on. Once you open up the worksheet, you're going to see a Word document that's going to ask you to do specific things. Now, one of the specific things that you'll be asked to do is to answer questions about some of the topics that you'll be learning about in this domain, but also you're going to have to insert screen snips. Now, a screen snip is different for every laptop and every computer that you work on. You can use the snipping tool if you're familiar with that. If not, use some form of snipping screen. Now, I've also included how to take a screen snip inside of a Windows 10 laptop that you can look at before you attempt the hands-on. Okay, so while this loads here, I'm going to go back into our site. Once the hands-on worksheet downloads and opens up, then what you want to do is you want to complete the assignment. Now, once you finish the assignment, what I recommend that you do before you click on the submit assignment, right, is that you rename the assignment to have the same name but include your initials at the end of the name. And the reason I recommend that is usually in the first week, the greatest amount of zeros are not in people who didn't submit. It's in people who submitted a blank worksheet, which means that they accidentally gave me the original worksheet instead of the one they actually worked on. So make sure that you do something that lets you know that you've submitted the correct worksheet. Okay, oh, that's still going through. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go forward here. And let's see here. The last thing that is included in our week 1 assignments here is the quiz. Now, the quiz is going to test you on topics that you learn about in the Domain 1 browsers lesson. And it's usually a short quiz. You're welcome to use whatever resources you wrote on, if you took any notes, whatever hands-on portions that you've created for yourself, right? And you can also use a library that's available to you through Kynect. Okay, let's go ahead and go forward. So what is Kynect? I mentioned earlier that Kynect is the digital textbook that we'll be using, a site that allows you to learn about the same topics you would learn in a traditional textbook site, but you're doing it digitally. Now, what that means is that you're going to be asked a series of questions about the lesson domain information here. Now, if you click on Library, right, so I'm going on the left-hand side here, I'm in Domain 1 here, talking about web browsers. You've got lots of different information about all of these subtopics here. For example, do you know what a breadcrumb is? If you're not sure what a breadcrumb is, you can go into a specific episode, right, or a specific topic here and learn about breadcrumbs.
Users visiting large websites with many web pages. Breadcrumbs show the path taken when navigating a website and indicates the starting point of movement throughout the site.
Why, thank you. All right, now you can always go back into the library and review specific topics here. When you go into your assignment, you're going to be asked questions about, again, the topics that you learned about. Now, you can go into the library and look at topic by topic, or you can go into these questions here, and if you know the answer to this question, what type of cookie is stored in temporary memory and is lost when the web browser is closed, right? You can say, okay, this one is lost when maybe it's a session cookie, excuse me. All right, so I click on session. Now you've got options here. I've got I know it, I think so, I'm unsure, I've got no idea. If you click on I know it and it is incorrect, well, you didn't really know it. So this is adaptive technology. It's going to give you another question later on that deals with the same topic because you didn't really know it. Now, if you say, oh, well, I think so, you can click on I think so here and it says, oh yeah, it turns out it is a session cookie there. You click on OK and it'll take you to the next question there. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's important that if you don't really know it, that you don't click on I know it, right? You gotta click on I know it and then put in the question here. If you're unsure, you can tell, you know what, I'm not sure what this is. You can skip the question and come back to the question again. Now, if I were to click something in here, let's say, for example, I would say that this is Chrome. Now, we know that Safari is not, Chrome is not the Apple product. But I'm going to put Chrome in here, and I'm going to click on Submit. Well, it says, nope, your answer is incorrect. So I'd go over here to either the slide. It's a slide that specifically deals with that topic. Thank you so much. Right, and click on OK, and after I learn about that, I can go again into the same library here on the left-hand side that I showed you earlier. Now, Kynect is, again, adaptive technology. If you feel like you know a topic, you don't have to spend a lot of time learning about it. You're able to answer the question and move on to the topics and concentrate on the things that you don't know a lot about. As you're moving through Kynect, you can always finish a domain lesson and then go back into what's called the recharge area. Now, recharge is available to you to review the topics you've already learned about as long as 24 hours have passed. Now, that's just a rule that McGraw-Hill has here. But you finish your domain lessons, you can always go back and recharge on the topics that you've previously learned about.
All right, so we went through Canvas. We talked a little bit about Kynect. We talked about some of the requirements for the course, and I want to end with some things to keep in mind. Remember that your assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. of Sunday of that week.
Now, this week is a little different because we have a couple of assignments that I want you to complete early. It's our first week, but always keep in mind that your assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Do your best to work earlier in the week, and you'll guarantee more success in the course. Some assignments will take you as little as maybe 20 minutes, but some might take you as long as an hour to an hour and a half, and you won't know how long it's going to take you until you actually open it up. So I do recommend you work earlier in the week so that you know what to expect for that week. Also remember that there are both digital textbook and Canvas submission assignments. So you're going to be doing things through the Kynect website and also some things that you submit only in Canvas, things like the hands-on worksheets and the discussion forums. So make sure you go into modules to see what types of assignments you've got due for that week. Now, if you have some sort of technical issue at home, if you don't have what you need, if you just need a nice quiet place to study, we have the COSA study labs. That's the Computer and Office Studies study labs. We've got one at LAC in room M109, and we've also got one at PCC in room A206. Now, those rooms are wonderful not only because they've got the exact configuration of computer that you need to work for this class, but they've also got friendly staff that have gone through this material that will be able to answer any questions that you might have. Also remember that one of the reasons I chose this textbook is because, number one, it's just got wonderful topics that are relevant to you in both your personal and also professional environments. But number two, because it does these materials do a good job of preparing you for the IC3 industry certifications. Now, as part of this class, because you're a student in my class, you get three free tries at this certification examination. One for living online, one for computing fundamentals, and the third one is going to be for key applications. So I'll post more information in Canvas about these IC3 opportunities, and I do encourage you to take advantage of those certification exams. The last thing I want to remind you of is that you can email me at any point with any kind of questions that you've got about this course. Now, whether it's technical issues that you're having, if you don't understand some sort of navigation in Canvas, if you don't understand the material itself or the assignment instructions, or whatever question you have, please email me. I usually return emails within 24 hours unless it's a Sunday. Now, when you do email me, please make sure that you tell me who you are. Include a signature and also tell me the specific class and area that you're having trouble with, right? Is it a specific chapter? Is it something in Canvas? Whatever it is, let me know what that is, and I'll do my best to help you. All right, COSA 30, I'm really looking forward to reading more about you in those bios, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful semester with you.